Okay, so I got the main head behind this machine himself here.
Hi.
And yeah, we will show you now how the single modules work. And Andrew will start with the historical pre-ancestors of the main module that got used.
So this over here is the first module that is actually it was created by Burnt Torch, a member of our server, and it uses a unique concept to push the ice down, but in such a way so that when the slime blocks come back up, the ice block are in a block 36 state. So what'll happen is when the ice are pushed down, the pistons on the side will shuffle the ice the exact same moment when the slime block moves back. And since slime blocks can't stick onto block 36, the ice block will just stay down there. From that module, we created the first ice farm, the version 2 of our ice farm, that uses the similar concept, but in order to overcome push limitations, we used 2 rows of slime and honey that alternate so that we can push the ice down much further. This actually allows us to make a usable farm. From there, we created the final. This module is like the first one. It only uses 1 line of slime and honey. It's much more smaller. It uses some nice timing trick, particularly with microticks, to make sure that this ice is pulled down exactly when this piston reaches. It wouldn't work otherwise because of push limit. There's only a piston can only pull in 12 blocks, so that's why we have to make sure that this module is as low as possible in terms of height.
If it's not completely filled with ice, so if not all the ice has been generated already, there's also no issue at all. So just the ice that already generated gets pulled down, and yeah, the other stuff that doesn't matter.
Like I tested with like a gazillion different things. Yeah, and this is just brute force. And there's so many different failures, but in a nutshell of what this does, I guess, is uh, it it pushes this top piston first, and then like a weird number of ticks afterwards, it pushes this bottom one. I don't even know exactly how many ticks, and there's so much weird micro tick stuff going on here. Like this is literally black magic for me. And that somehow causes this top piston to fire twice, and also this bottom piston to retract in such a precise way that this ice ends up over here. Like that's it. You have no idea how long it took me to brute force this, but that's how I figured it out. I thought this wouldn't work at all, like because I tried in my experiments where I tried to, because the issue is that you only can have these lower pistons down as much as like this. This is literally the minimum, like the maximum, because of push limit. You can only have 12 blocks pushing down per slime, right? So if these pistons were just 1 block lower, this thing would not work. So for that reason, I had to power both the top and bottom pistons with the same like mechanism. But you can see why that could be an issue because the timings are different for the bottom pistons and the top ones. So I realized that like, and I literally fiddle around with like by offsetting the times by like one ticks, like just 1 tick, and it didn't work. Like even though I shifted the times around by 1 tick. So the issue was like a micro tick thing. And so I was about to give up, and then I just realized, wait a second, this is a micro tick. And
Well, it kind of makes
I'll
sense
probably
though.
never find out.
It pushes the
Huh?
observers, which activate the sticky pistons and pull the ice. And then it pushes the redstone blocks, which trigger the observers again, and also trigger the pistons down here.
Yeah, but what has to happen is that when this slime block is moving down, like when this observer fires, right?
Mm-hmm.
The sticky piston pulls the block in, right?
Well, while the observer fires, it extends.
Yeah, and then just a bit while later, it retracts.
Yeah.
And in that time, like this piston has to retract exactly, like perfectly.
Mm.
But then even more worse than that is that these top pistons sliding the ice has to fire while this piston is down. This is actually one of the biggest issues too, because this sticky piston would fire way too fast. Like there has to be another migratick when the piston retracts and when it extends again between that time, so that this top piston can push the ice over. Otherwise, these pistons won't be able to push it over because this will just be in a Block 36 state.
A world download of the farm can be found on the Mechanics Discord, and if you really want to build this and have any questions, I also suggest you to ask there. But that's it for today. I really hope you enjoyed. Huge thanks to Andrew for obviously creating it and allowing me to make a video on this. And also thanks to you for watching. See you in the next one. Bye bye.